We often think communication is all about words. We carefully choose what we say to our partners. We want to express our love, desires, and concerns. But what about the messages we send without even realizing it? What about the silent language of love? Our bodies, our eyes, and even our silences speak volumes. They reveal our true feelings, sometimes even when our words try to hide them. Learning to understand this unspoken language is key to unlocking a deeper connection with your partner. It's about noticing the subtle cues, the slight shifts in body language, and the unspoken emotions conveyed through a simple glance. Think about a time your partner said, "I'm fine," but their tone and facial expression told a different story. Perhaps their shoulders slumped or their eyes avoided yours. These nonverbal signals were revealing their true emotional state, even though their words said otherwise. This is the power of nonverbal communication in relationships. It's a language we all speak, often unconsciously. By learning to understand its nuances, we can build stronger, more fulfilling connections with those we love. Imagine you're having a conversation with your partner. They're telling you about their day, but you sense something is off. Their words say they're okay, but their demeanor suggests otherwise. Their shoulders are tense, their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes, and their voice lacks its usual warmth. This is a classic example of how nonverbal cues reveal hidden emotions. Our bodies often betray our true feelings, even when we try to mask them with words. We might say we're fine out of habit, societal expectation, or a desire to avoid conflict. Yet our nonverbal language whispers a different story, revealing our vulnerability, sadness, or frustration. Learning to recognize these unspoken feelings is crucial for building emotional intimacy. It's about looking beyond the surface and tuning into the subtler cues. When we pay attention to these nonverbal signals, we demonstrate empathy and understanding. We show our partners that we see them, we hear them, and we care about their true emotional experience. This deeper understanding fosters trust and connection. It allows us to address the root of the issue, even if it's unspoken. By acknowledging their true feelings, we create a safe space for open communication and vulnerability, ultimately strengthening the bond we share. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and nowhere is this truer than in our romantic relationships. The way we look at our partners, the duration, intensity, and even the direction of our gaze, speaks volumes about our feelings. Extended eye contact, for instance, often signifies deep affection and connection. Think about those moments when you and your partner get lost in each other's eyes. Time seems to stand still, and a sense of intimacy washes over you. This is the power of prolonged eye contact. It creates a feeling of closeness and strengthens the emotional bond between two people. On the other hand, averted gaze can signal discomfort, disinterest, or even deception. If your partner consistently avoids eye contact during conversations, it might be a sign that something is amiss. Perhaps they're feeling insecure, hiding something, or simply not fully present in the moment. Pay attention to the pupils too. Dilated pupils often indicate attraction and interest, while constricted pupils can signal anger or disgust. Our eyes, in their subtle shifts and expressions, reveal a wealth of information about our emotional state. By learning to read the language of the eyes, we gain a deeper understanding of our partner's unspoken feelings. This allows us to respond with greater empathy, sensitivity, and connection, ultimately enhancing the intimacy and authenticity within our relationships. Our bodies are constantly communicating, even when our lips are sealed. From the way we stand and sit to our subtle gestures and facial expressions, our body language reveals a wealth of information about our thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Consider, for instance, the simple act of leaning in. When we're engaged in a conversation and genuinely interested in what our partner has to say, we naturally lean towards them. This subtle shift in posture demonstrates attentiveness, closeness, and a desire for connection. Conversely, physical distance can signal emotional detachment or discomfort. If your partner consistently creates physical space between you, it might indicate a need for solitude, a feeling of being overwhelmed, or a desire to avoid intimacy. Pay attention to their arms too. Crossed arms often signal defensiveness, resistance, or a need to protect oneself. This posture can create a barrier between partners both physically and emotionally. Open body language, on the other hand, with arms uncrossed and relaxed, suggests openness, receptivity, and a willingness to connect. Mirroring is another powerful nonverbal cue. When we feel a strong connection with someone, we often unconsciously mimic their posture, gestures, and even their breathing patterns. This mirroring behavior is a subconscious way of building rapport and establishing a sense of harmony. By learning to decipher these subtle body language cues, we gain valuable insights into our partner's emotional state. We can better understand their needs, desires, and boundaries, even when they're not explicitly stated. This heightened awareness allows us to respond with greater empathy, fostering a deeper and more meaningful connection.